Hello dear children. Today we are going to have a discussion on the last part of our lesson 100 dresses part 1. Here the lesson is going through the thoughts of Maddie. She's weighing the friendship of Peggy and the relationship with Vanda, and she weighs what weighs more, the friendship with Peggy weighs more to her. So she was not ready to speak to Peggy about teasing Vanda Petronsky, about to stop teasing Vanda Petronsky. She was not ready. She was not ready to lose the friendship with Peggy. She gives more importance to the friendship with Peggy than her relationship with Vanda Petronsky. Peggy was her dearest friend, but as for Vanda Petronsky, she was only a girl who comes from the far away from Boggin Heights and who speaks a different language and who is having a different name. That's all for her. And she never used to speak anything else in the school ground, only about she used it to open her mouth only when the other girls asked her about her 100 dresses. So it weighed more. The relationship with Peggy weighed more to Maddie. So she did not speak anything. Okay. Then, while remembering that, Maddie remembered Maddie remembered one more thing. She remembered Vanda telling about her dresses, two particular dresses. One dress, a blue dress with colored trimmings on it, and another green dress with red sachet. She had described about those two special dresses one day. She remembered that. Then, while thinking about Vanda Petronsky, suddenly a thought about the drawing competition which was held in the school came to Maddie's mind. She thought who was going to win the drawing competition. She was sure that Peggy would win the competition because Peggy drew Peggy's drawings were much better than the drawings of other girls in the class. She could almost copy down the faces of film stars from a magazine, and people could almost tell or almost identify whose face it was. So Maddie was sure that Peggy was going to win the competition for girls. So that day, uh, the next day, Maddie and Peggy, they were to the school, they were on the way to the school, and on their way, they were not ready to wait for Vanda that day because they knew that the result of the drawing competition was about to announce that day. Their class teacher, Mrs. Mason, would announce the result of the drawing competition that day. So she was waiting for that. They were waiting for that. So they were not ready to become late that day. So they reached the school. As soon as they entered the classroom, they could see lot of colorful drawings were lined up in their classroom, on the windowsills, on the corners, everywhere. Lot of colorful designs were hanged or lined up in the classroom. And all students were eagerly looking at the drawings. All those drawings were very particular and very attractive, all in colorful designs. And they wondered whose drawings are all these. They were sure that they were all for the drawing. They were all submitted for the drawing competition. They wondered whose drawings were that. That time, their class teacher, Mrs. Mason, entered the classroom and she announced the winner of the boys competition, and the winner of the boys competition was Jack Buggles, and he had won the first prize for his design of an outboard motor. And for the girls, designing dresses were the competition. They had to design different dresses. That was their competition topic. And the teacher was about to say, as for girls, although just one or two sketches were submitted by most of the girls, one girl had submitted 100 designs or 100 drawings, and all those 100 drawings were worthy of winning the prize. Even one was taken for the to judge. According to the judges, all the 100 dresses, 100 drawings were worthy of winning the prize, and even one or two was taken for the judgment. Those two will win the prize. That was the condition. And at last, the teacher revealed the suspense, and she announced that Wanda Petronsky had won the first prize or the medal for the girls drawing competition. And she said, unfortunately, Wanda had been absent in this class for some days, and so she could not receive the applauses or appreciation by us today. And we are expecting her in the next day. That was the announcement of Mrs. Mason, their classroom. And she asked the other children to go and watch the drawings of Wanda Petronsky and to appreciate her. And all the students, even the boys, even though they were not interested in dresses or designs, they also went for watching the designs because they were so much attractive. They also went to watch the designs on the designs hanging on the wall. They also appreciated by whistling and by giving applauses. Peggy and Maddie was also with the children who were observing the dresses or drawings, and Peggy, then only Maddie noticed one thing. She could see that blue dress with colored trimmings from the collection of the drawings there. And she asked Peggy that, do you notice the blue dress with colored trimmings? About this dress only that day Wanda told us. One day Wanda Petronsky had told them about a particular dress of blue dress with colored trimmings and a green dress with red sash. So then Peggy also noticed one dress, a green dress with red sashes. So then only they understood the talent of Wanda Petronsky, and at this moment that lesson is ended. In the second part, we can see the girls are very much impressed by Wanda Petronsky, and they felt guilty for behaving in such a manner to Wanda Petronsky, and we would see what they had done after that. Okay, here we end our class today. You read the lesson very well and prepare for the exam. Thank you and have a nice day.